Welcome to the bathroom, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about skincare for wintertime, aka a very devastating season for those of us who have very dry, very dull, very sensitive skin. Now, I have talked about the fact that my skin has been very angry, very inflamed, very red, and just not in a good spot for the last couple of months. Honestly, ironically, as we're filming this, I feel like my skin has been calming down, but we'll talk about that in a second. But listen, there's a lot of different information that is available to us on the internet when it comes to our skincare, and I have taken matters into my own hands most of the time, a lot of the time. Obviously, I've had the opportunity of meeting with a lot of professionals in the space. I've had chats with a lot of dermatologists, but usually it's like heavily from the brand side. And then there's a lot of conflicting opinions. If you're doing a little TikTok scroll or you're doing a YouTube scroll, there's a lot of different opinions depending on who you talk to. It can kind of, skincare and just in general, can be a very overwhelming place. And in this last year, really, I've just been doing my own thing, creating my own skincare routine. Bought some over-the-counter tretinoin from Mexico, which is a prescription level skincare product. And even though there's definitely phases in my skin, ebbs and flows, over the last couple of months, pretty much in a post-wedding, grateful that my skin behaved well during the wedding day, but pretty much since then, it's just been inflamed and angry. And I think that obviously had to do with a lot of travel, not sticking to my routine, my diet was out of whack, but I've also just been trying so many different skincare products. I haven't had a consistent skincare routine in quite some time. I just haven't had a routine whatsoever. And you know, we've nailed down hot girl winter. We're back into our routine, we're back into our workouts. That's definitely been helping. I've been back with my sleeping routine, not traveling has definitely been helping, but it's kind of time to nail down my skincare routine as well. And so I wanted to bring you along with me for the journey as we revamp our winter skincare routine. And I actually decided to go see a dermatologist. I believe I mentioned this a few weeks ago. I had slotted in a consultation. I've been so excited because Dr. Katie Belazne is someone that I was actually introduced to a few years ago through SkinCeuticals. And then I had finally actually met her at a Biossance. It wasn't even an event, it was meetings. I actually just passed her. I was leaving and she was coming and I finally got to meet her in person. Her skin was insane. Oh, she has the most beautiful glowing skin ever. And I've actually followed her for a number of years online. She does a really good job of producing content that is very informative and very helpful. And it's just something I've been meaning to do for so long. I can't remember the last time I went to see a specific dermatologist for my skincare routine. The last time I saw a dermatologist specifically was for my mole removal, but definitely like since 2019 minimum, I have not seen a dermatologist and I've really been meaning to do it. It's something that's actually really hard to do in Canada if you don't have a doctor, which we do not. We're on a multi-year wait list. That's nice, and that's a topic and story for another day. But if you want to see a dermatologist through your healthcare provider, there can be like minimum 8 months wait. The wait list to see a dermatologist can be crazy. And then if you go private, obviously it can be a little bit spendy, but I was really excited to book in. I booked in a consultation with Dr. Katie and brought her everything. I just wanted to see what was up. I wanted to get a professional opinion on all the products that I have been using. So I went in for my consultation, went to see Dr. Katie. I brought her all my products. We had a lovely little chat. I was just like, listen, here's everything that I've tried. Here's everything that I have in my very inconsistent skincare routine. And I would just love to get your thoughts. Can you help me out? I've got really dry, sensitive skin. What is a good routine for me to follow, especially going into the new season? So she took a look at all of my products and she basically just went like this. She's like, the biggest thing moving forward is that we simplify, at least for a little while, to just calm the skin down and bring it back to life. And luckily, like the couple of weeks before I went to see her, I had already kind of done that. I really reduced the amount of products that I was using on my face, reduced the amount of makeup that I was using on my face on a daily basis as well. So it had kind of already started to calm down, but I just wanted to get her opinion on my entire routine basically, but also on things that I had been trying out myself, like the tretinoin. My little over-the-counter tretinoin that I have been buying and using in Mexico. And she was basically like, listen, if it's working for you, that's fine. Trial and error is also very important to do with your skin. You have to see how your skin's reacting, see how your skin's feeling. And to be honest, I have been enjoying my tretinoin journey. I think my skin was really happy for a while, but just because I was using so many other products with it and I was really inconsistent with it, I think that's where I kind of failed with my own tretinoin dabbling. And she was like, you just gotta clean it up. So I'm hoping that this will be helpful for you. Even though I am not here to provide medical advice, I'm not here to tell you what suits your skin needs. You guys can take that into your own hands. I simply want to provide this as inspiration for those of you who are kind of in my similar boat and your skin's just not really been happy. Maybe we can consider paring it back and going back to basics. So even though everyone's skin's different, everyone's skincare routines are going to be different, I did just want to do this with you because I did have my consultation with her and I have yet to like clear out my routine. So here's my tower. I'm just going to pull everything out. There's a lot of product there. So the general overview, the general breakdown of what she said is when you're simplifying your routine, you basically just want to stick to the products that work, the active ingredients that work, and kind of get rid of all the other fluff. So if you're using like 3 serums at one time, like I was, she's like, maybe consider just breaking it down and going down to 1 serum. For example, like how many serums do I have here? I literally have 9 serums. I have 9 different serums. Like they're all slightly different. They all have differing ingredients, but I'm not using any of them consistently enough for them to actually be doing anything to my skin. So we just really need to pare this down. So for example, here's a bunch of hydrating things that I have. She's like, pick one. Pick one hydrating thing. You don't need 5. The Vichy Mineral 89 is one of my favorites, and it's super gentle. I know it works great for my skin. I've had it in my routine for years. That's okay. The rest, I feel like they can take a back seat for now. So for the winter skincare, we'll choose 1 hyaluronic acid. That's fine. I also really like how this one layers underneath makeup. It's nice and plump and juicing. So then for the actives, she was like, you gotta throw a vitamin C in there. The SkinCeuticals Fullerton CF, my tried and true. Love this one. This is what I apply first. So I guess we could have started with that one, but vitamin C, then my hydrating hyaluronic acid, we're putting that in. Then for my day cream, the Embryolisse, this is just a beautiful kind of everything in one. I like this one because it's nice and thick, so going into winter, definitely want to have that nice thick face cream. I showed you guys my everyday makeup. It sits beautifully under my makeup, and it also wears really nicely throughout the day, so I'm going to keep that one rolling for my everyday face cream. And it's funny because in the past, I would have kept that in my makeup drawer, and I would have done my skincare, applied like a day cream, and then gone in and used that as a makeup primer, which I know is silly, but for whatever reason, I just separated it in my brain. Like no wonder my makeup pills all the time were just 1 face cream, 1 cream. And if your skin is prepped and primed, you don't need additional primers unless you're like specifically mattifying certain areas. Like this is fine. That's a great daytime lineup. To finish off, obviously got the sunscreen. This is my La Roche-Posay SPF 50 fluid. Lovely. And that's the day sorted. How nice. I kind of like to flip it. Like I want to have day on one side and then night on the other side. So I was very happy that she approved of my XO complexion renewal pads because I love these so much. They feel so good. And I usually cut them in half and use half in the morning, half at night. But she recommended that if I'm a little bit irritated, if my skin just like needs a break, just stop using it in the morning and use it at night. So I'm gonna move this to the night pile, even though I used to use it morning and night. So that's gonna be my first little thing after I cleanse. Now, the nighttime is where I struggle because there's just like so many creams that I love, so many lotions and potions that I love. I love my serums, and she was like, just for a bit, let's just reduce that. She's like, use a cream, an eye cream, and a retinol. So I'm bringing back the SkinCeuticals Triple Lipid Restore because this is one of my favorite like thicker creams to use, especially going into the winter. I've had this in my rotation 4 years. It's a beautiful cream, but sometimes it can be a little bit heavy during a day, especially depending on what makeup products you're putting over top. I do prefer this one at night, so that's gonna be my night cream. Then I've got my eye cream. This is the SkinCeuticals Age Advanced Eye. Yeah, I've not used this one. Honestly, she gave it to me, and I was like, okay, like some dermatologists will tell you that you don't need an eye cream, so it kind of just, we'll give it a go. I'm down to try it, and we'll see how we feel later. She was like, don't worry about the oils. Don't worry about the excess other things. My Tatcha Indigo Overnight Repair, I feel like I'll save this for like my extra special pamper nights, at least for a while until we give this a go. I'm gonna follow Katie's protocol for a bit, and we'll just let this sit and slumber, and we'll save this for a special occasion. I'm also gonna keep my Laneige lip balm. Obviously, it's my chocolate lip balm. I love this one so much. Now for the retinol product, we're gonna say goodbye to the tretinoin for now, and we're going to scale it back and do a retinol. She recommended these SkinCeuticals Retinol 0.3, and we're gonna put that on top of the lotion because you can kind of do it anyway. There's lots of methods to apply your retinol. You can do the little sandwich method. You can put it on first, or if you have more sensitive, irritated skin, you can put it on top of your cream. So we're gonna do that. So the retinol is gonna go in there. I feel like I'm just gonna put these in there because, yeah, just in case we want them. Save them for a rainy day. And then the rest of my lotions and potions we're gonna put aside for now. I'm gonna keep my little Caudalie Vino Pure spot treatment. I'm gonna put that on top. And again, it's still a lot. Technically, if you just had one face cream that you wanted to use day and night, maybe you didn't have severely dry skin, you don't have severely oily skin, you could just use one cream. You're good to go. You could use one cream day and night, but I think that's a nice reduced pile. We've gotten rid of 11 products. We removed 11 products from the tray, so I think that's a good start. And now for the other products on my counter, I've still got my Caudalie Grape Water, which I kind of just like. I mean, honestly, I just like to spray this on my face in the morning. Like when I wake up, it just feels good to spritz this on. I just like it. It's not necessary, but you know. Caudalie Makeup Removing Cleansing Oil, always. Dr. Katie approves of the cleanse. At night, we got to remove our makeup, so at night, keeping this on the go. I have to say, I have been using this La Roche-Posay Micellar Water Ultra. It burns my eyes. I'm so shocked. Cleansing, makeup removing, soothing, sensitive face and eyes, no rinsing. I'm like, bruh, I don't know what it is in this one, but it burns my eyes. I definitely need to pick up another bottle of Bioderma because I feel like that's just tried and true. And it surprised me from La Roche-Posay because so many of their products are just like so great for sensitive skin, and I use so many things. I don't know what it is about this one in the eyes, but I'm gonna be getting Bioderma back, and I kind of use that as a secondary makeup remover just because sometimes, like, if you have really thick eye products, eyeliners, whatever, I just need to get in there a little bit. So 2 things on my list, Bioderma and also face halos. I haven't had my face halos in a hot minute because all of mine got really, really grubby, but I definitely need to pick some up and bring those back because it's a beautiful way to just make sure that all the makeup is removed. And then for cleansers, I just love the Glow Recipe Avocado Ceramide Moisture Barrier Cleanser. I feel like this has been such a beautiful option. It feels so good and creamy and milky on the skin. I love it. And I am gonna go back to using this just at night. I feel like the double cleanse is unnecessary for me in the morning. I splash some cold water on my face and I'm usually good to go. So you can use a cleanser in the morning if you wish, but just using water in the past has served me well. So we're gonna put these products away, and that is the current skincare lineup. And actually, one of the hardest things that I find with keeping a consistent skincare routine is just being on top of the same skincare routine when I'm traveling. So many times I'll get like little samples or little mini sizes of things. Lots of kits will come through and I'll be like, oh, perfect, I'll just throw that in. And then when I travel, I pretty much completely ditch my full consistent routine. There's some things that I always pack, like the SkinCeuticals, Florence CF. I always pack this one because it's small. Big guys like this. Caudalie, why did you ever get rid of the travel size of the cleansing makeup remover? There's just so many of my favorite products that I need to consistently use and I don't bring with me. So I need to kind of nail down the travel routine for sure. Get some good travel containers and be consistent about it. So I think we'll have to just rejig this whole cupboard as well. So we'll add travel containers to the list. If you guys have any favorites, please let me know. So this is the box that I keep under my sink, and it just has like all of my travel related things, like whether it be sunscreen, hair care, skincare, anything. I keep all my travel stuff in there, and then I have just like extra refills and things. I keep my little travel cosmetic bags under here. So I mean, even going through here, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's just so many things. Ooh, there's so many products. Also my travel size Caudalie masks, love. Travel size Caudalie cleansers, very nice. Yeah, so much in here. So much in here. It definitely needs a good rejig. But I'm just gonna put the other products that we removed from my routine for now in here, just in case we want to revisit them later. I'm not gonna get rid of them because they're still my loved products. But we're just gonna put them aside for a little bit as we do this condensed routine. Again, I laugh every time I say condensed because there's still a whole store here. So the skincare corner is looking condensed. It's lovely. I feel much more prepared for winter. The other suggestion that Katie gave me was to start a series of lasers. And my personal opinion when it comes to skincare and cosmetic lasers, any cosmetic procedures, they're so expensive and it can be really hard to justify the cost of facials. And some people go and get facials weekly. Like some people's cosmetic facial laser routines, very impressive, very costly. And listen, I'm not one to judge. I love me a good facial. I love me a good laser. And I definitely enjoy doing it if the occasion permits. I did a little pre-wedding spruce up, no problem. But the one thing that I kind of knew, like the second I did the BBL facial and dealt with all of my like hyperpigmentation, my dark spots, my redness, I was like, I know that this is gonna be a yearly thing for me. And that was basically the treatment that Dr. Blasney suggested is kind of the best for me and my skin type and what I'm looking for. So she suggested doing a round of IPL paired with Clear and Brilliant. And Clear and Brilliant was actually a laser that I hadn't tried before. And it's a laser treatment that targets skin texture. So while the IPL, BBLs of the world target the pigmentation, the dark spots, the redness, any of that discoloration, the Clear and Brilliant targets the texture. And I have a lot of texture in my skin, texture that's just really hard for me to combat, and it's something that you can definitely deal with over time with products. But if you kind of wanted to just nip it in the butt, do a little fast track, those are great options. So I'm gonna be doing the series of the IPL and the Clear and Brilliant with Dr. Blasney, and I'm really excited. She said to hold off on microneedling. Oh my gosh, sorry, I totally forgot to tell you guys. I asked her about microneedling because I've been so curious about microneedling, and she's like, you don't really needed if you're doing these other things, because I have really sensitive, really reactive skin. She was like, let's start with the IPL and the Clear and Brilliant. So I'm excited to put this to the test and see how my little condensed skincare routine, my winter skincare revamp goes over the next couple weeks. I'll definitely keep you updated for the future plans. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. And please join me for simplified, hydrated, glowing skincare for the winter. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you all tomorrow for a new LANMAS video. Bye!